What's up, vlog? Today is Thursday, the 28th, 2023 of December. Okay. Wow. This is the second take. It's also 1:06 in the morning. I ran out of storage. I hope you guys like the new camera quality. I have that new iPhone 15. I've been waiting on it for about, yeah, 3 years. And now I have it. And I'm also using the USB-C port to connect to my monitor that I have in my room. I'm not gonna move it around because it took a minute to set this up. Maybe at the end. But yeah, so I can kind of see myself. Obviously the camera's in the way because it's directly in the middle. But I hope you guys enjoy because I definitely love it. But this is my second take because the first take ran out of storage because it was 4K 60 frames per second, and this isn't the max storage one anymore. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to the vlog. Yeah, it's the end of the year. I've been renting this apartment since March, going back and forth home, living here, having an adventure really. Now, at the end of the year is when actually I've gotten the most out of it. I made friends with my neighbors and currently talking to one, at the moment, two. We've been neighbors. We met each other in January, actually, but we didn't start connecting until when was it? Last month, November. Yeah, I have a lot to catch up on, don't I? Catch you up on. Yeah. So when was the last time I uploaded? The last upload was the Reno trip. Funny enough, um, the one of the people in that vlog is the person I'm talking about. Yeah, and also I mentioned Sensi before, right? Yeah, she was in the intro. She was the person I was waiting for. Yeah. um, Let me circle back around. I'm trying to get my thoughts in order. I'm also really, really do want to sleep. I'm supposed to catch a flight to in a couple hours. The flight's at 6. I'm supposed to be there at 3, and I'm going to Colombia. Yeah, I'm going to Colombia. My cousin Franklin, I think I might have mentioned it. He might have been in the vlogs. He might not be. Not entirely sure. But yeah, me and him have always gone on vacations with our families for as long as I can remember, since we've known him. Actually, we've always just never gone too far. Always, I think it started back. I don't know when year, but it was family, his family, my family. We would always go to the Jersey Shore, maybe 2 or 3 times. I've gone 2 or 3 times, and then little by little we expanded, maybe like to George, but nothing crazy. Yeah. And we've always just had, like, he's been my big brother, really. He's the one that got me into lifting. He's the one who showed me how to go to the gym. He was our first gym partner, and little by little, as we've grown up, we've always been in each other's lives. But more recently, this year, we've gone our own paths, and that just happens. That's life, right? Everyone grows up. Everyone goes their own way. And earlier this year, not earlier this year, a couple months ago, he asked me if he wanted to go on the trip with him to Colombia. My cousin Edwin is also getting married. He's around that age where he also lives in Colombia, actually. He's living in Colombia. I haven't seen him for 2 years. That's how long he's been there. He works remote and he chose to live there. And yeah, that's also, a lot's changed. A lot's changed in the last couple of years. That's life, right? And so I realized that, and when Franklin invited me, I was like, this might be our last chance to actually, we're both, we both are young adults, don't have families, don't have much responsibility really. So why not take advantage of this opportunity? Because I'm still young, Franklin's still young, Edwin's about to get married, and his cousin Brian is also going on the trip with us too. He's in a different state. He's gonna meet us there in Colombia. And so, yeah, it's the four of us. I knew him back in kindergarten because we went to the same school together, but he moved later on. So yeah, so we have some connection, and we met up too when Edwin was also living in Austin. Well, I don't live there anymore, so fuck it. um, yeah, and so I was like, okay, great. This is a perfect opportunity for us to just be guys, go out there, have fun, and also since Edwin lives there, he can show us around. I said he's getting married, right? So we have a local to show us around. His wife is from there. I wouldn't really I wouldn't have thought of going if it wasn't for that all those little factors, because Colombia's not really a place I would want to visit and like on my own. But since family's there, people I know are there, and we know locals, so it seems like a great idea. And now I'm waiting to go there, making a vlog before the year ends as well. That's my current update. And let's see, what else can I backtrack on that I can shoot you up on. There is also a lot. Remember, the last vlog I uploaded wasn't the Reno trip, before the Reno trip that I uploaded. It was about letting people go. More and more, this year has been a lot of that. Not in a way where it's like, oh no, everyone's gone. No, but like, it's people you just you build connections with over time that you kind of just either you grow up and you have different viewpoints and just grow apart, which just happens in life. And other times we're just like, maybe I should just distance myself from those kind of people. I've mentioned before, I've been a part of this group, this nonprofit now called Corporate Latino. I mentioned Sophia before. Great person, amazing. A lot of I've taken advantage of every opportunity that they've given out, like in terms of networking events that they host, and just meeting new people. Honestly, that helped me get out of my shell a lot. I was a very shy guy, even kind of now a little bit. This vlogs helped me be able to express myself in a different way, as opposed to just having to write down or look for someone to just hear me rant. But this has also been a time capsule for me to just grab my thoughts in wherever I am in life. And right now it's the end of the year, 2023. It's been a rough one. It's been ups and downs. More so than last year. I thought last year was a lot of growth, but this one has tested me a lot. But it's for the better. You can't grow without struggle. You can't. What's a good saying? This year I learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And by that I mean new challenges have forced me to think differently and try to overcome them. So I've done that. I've moved to Queens. I think I've mentioned, I don't know if this was this take or the last take, but I've made friends in the neighborhood. And yeah. Like I said earlier, I had to let people. More recently, now towards the end of the year is when I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I've grown apart from certain people. And so, like, this Columbia trip's kind of like just a wrap up of that. Not that I'm tired of them, but just more because life is gonna happen to us. We're all gonna grow up and go our separate ways, but just because our ages. But then other people I'm talking about, or other things I'm talking about, is just because I've grown up. We're all individuals, have our own thoughts, ways to live, and yeah. And so, yeah, family though, they're there for life, whether I like it or not. But I love them. These people, they will always be my family, and I will always love them. Other people, not so much, and I had to let people go. So, yeah. Let me go through a highlight. One of the things I also just recently finished was a 300 challenge, where I couldn't participate in this. Not participate, but it's just like it was a challenge created by this Instagram influencer called Ish Garduzio. I'm not sure about the name. Excuse me for not getting that right. I wasn't the one I didn't find it myself. I had a friend, Ceci, from the last vlog, invite me to join with them because she knew I was a fitness fanatic, or at least someone who goes to the gym enough to where I might be interested. And I said, yeah, for sure. I started doing it, and a couple other people did it from the start. Of course, not everyone's gonna finish. 300 exercises for 30 minutes. Try to squeeze that in throughout the whole year. That's about 6 exercise sessions a week. It's a very tough commitment to know someone who might not know how to even use the gym, or maybe new to it, but wanted to try. And a lot of people did try. Out of the 5, only 2 of us finished. I'm one of them, and I feel great that I felt such a sense of accomplishment, because we all held each other accountable. We had a group chat going. We sent screenshots of our days when we worked out, sent heart rates using our Apple Watches or Fitbits, to try to show that we were active, that we were doing it. So we kept going. And if ever one of us was slacking, we would call it out. Hey, haven't heard from you guys in a minute. It's been about 4 days. What's your progress? Some people did their best. Of course, life happens. Not everyone was able to do it. Certain situations called for them to call out early. That's fine. Some people stopped, took a little break, knew they were a little bit too far behind to be able to catch up, but they kept going anyways. And that was always the whole goal, was to try get yourself more active. Even Sassy didn't even finish it the first time, but she did it this year. So we're proud. I'm proud of her, and I texted her when I finished. She beat me actually. She got me by a couple days, but I loved the competition. The fact that I get to have, do what I like, and then have someone else also, say, hey, I haven't heard you guys. I haven't heard the group talk about what's going on. What's your updates? I said, oh yeah, here's my update right here. So every time I was like, okay, I might be catching up. Someone is already still a little bit ahead, enough to keep me entertained, interested. I was gonna keep going, but just that little extra push that makes it more interesting. For me, fun actually. I like competition. Not that we actually did the same workouts or anything like that. I had a certain goal of flexibility, mobility, and strength, and I did it. I try to get creative with my workouts. I did yoga counts as workouts, so I did that for my flexibility, and I also incorporated something new. I tried running this year. I hated running. I have a shirt in my closet that says "Running sucks." I've had that since about freshman year of high school, because I never found running as a viable form of exercise. Not because it didn't give you any benefits, just because it was just so much intensity on your body, and you have to build it. And I was a hard head, where I'm just like, oh, why can't I'm gonna go just straight up balls to the wall, just knock it out, whatever distance I needed to cover. School was a mile. I think my best time was 7:57, but that was after finishing that. Boy, was I cooked. And this year I tried around July. I was like, I was doing calisthenics since last year, and I kept doing that this year, plus mobility stuff. And so I tried running again, not knowing what I was getting myself into. Balls to the wall. Let me do 2 miles this year. I've never done 2 miles on consistent, fast-paced effort. Let's go. What did I do? I got like 8 minutes and 30 seconds a mile, around there. Well, if it wasn't high school time. But yeah, I did it. And I was like, all right, that's not so bad. Boy, I was done the next day. I was straight up spaghetti legs the next day. For a whole week, I couldn't do anything with these things. I was like, why would anyone want to run? But later on, I gave it a break until around August, late August. I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. But actually, be more informed, look into how you should build up to it, what makes running such a good form of exercise. And apparently, the way I did it, from what I saw, was to try to go slow, just get your feet accustomed to the movement, to the pressure of, the impacts that you would take when you're running. And so the best way that I saw to do that I ended up doing, was just get your body moving to about 140 beats per minute. Since I had an Apple Watch, I could see what my heart rate was, at least according to the watch. It might not have been as accurate as other ones, but it gave me something to work with. But for me, getting to 140 is not running or even sprinting or even jogging. It's more just fast walking, kind of awkwardly. But I did it for 2 weeks, and then I went straight to jogging. Well, building up to jogging, like a mile, and then 2, 3, a month, about averaging about 3 miles for a while, then 4, 5 every now and then for my fast. Okay, hold on, before I go there. Yeah, so I just started running just a simple pace, just a simple, moderate pace for about 3 miles. And then little by little, I got used to it and felt fine. Didn't know what runner's high was. I knew of it, I didn't know what it felt like. And only at the end of October, I was doing a run, but there are different forms of running. There's a distance run, a tempo run, and a speed run. Yeah, distance. Tempo is the sprinting, and then a long run. No, I said distance running. Ugh, sorry, it's 1:21 in the morning. Forgive me, but there are different tempo, distance, and speed runs. Yeah, and so I was doing a fast paced run. I was doing it for about like 3 miles, and at 2 miles and a half is when I was like, I just zoned out. I was just, what is this? Like I was gone for a minute, and then as soon as I realized I was gone, I had finished 3 miles. I was on track, so like my body was just like on autopilot for a minute. I was like, whoa, that just happened, and I was like, wow, that's real. Finally, I shitted on running for the longest time. And for me to finally get that, and now like more recently, just on Christmas Day actually, I finished my seven. I finished my 7 mile, which is the longest run I've done. At what was it? I just did 7 miles in 8 minutes 30. No, 8 minutes 30 seconds a mile, which is going back to the beginning of the middle of the year where I was like 8 minutes 30 seconds. I was cooked the next day for just 2 miles. Now I just did seven in that at like 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. on the hills in my hometown. Well, not in my hometown. From another town over, straight through my hometown to the next town, and then coming back around towards the middle of it. I did it, and I'm fine. My legs are so used to that now, and I felt great. I just kept going along the day. It was the beginning of Christmas Day. I still had a lot to do, obviously. Visit family, give gifts, and I was like, okay. The next day, I was, oh God, the sense of accomplishment I felt, the growth that I've gone through for this, amazing. It's been awesome, and that's why I appreciate the 300 challenge. My friends that I've made through CPL. I participated in a 5K. My first 5K was for Corporate Girl Latinos and Somos Tech. They were co-sponsoring a 5K to honor veterans on Veterans Day, and I joined. We did great, and I had fun, made friends through CPL is what we call it. Those who have been a part of it for a while, and I love it. So, yeah, honestly, I have to give a lot of credit to CPL for helping me become giving me the opportunity to get out of my comfort zone and help me figure out who I want to be, what kind of person I want to be, what kind of friends I want to hang around with. It's happened to me a little late in life. I was very shy, like I mentioned, but I've grown, and there's a lot that's happened this year. I don't know if I'll ever get to say it, but I felt elated, happy, sad, in love, fell out of love, trust, betrayed. A lot's happened this year. And right now, I'm going on a trip to Colombia, waiting. And I'm actually have a friend the neighbor I was talking about is going to drop me off. I'm super grateful for that. Because I had to leave my car back at home. And I'm here just with my luggage and ready to go. My outfit's actually right there. I'm ready to go. Put that on and I'm out of here. Colombia's gonna be nice. Hopefully, maybe I'll put up a video or not. I'll bring my camera. But yeah, that's just kind of it. That's just a little bit of a life update. For me right now. Oh, also, I have a six-pack. You have no idea how much, like, I was so heavy as a kid. And I would tell Franklin, and when we would go to our trips in Jersey, the Jersey Shore is where we would go. Where I was like, hey, I was like, what, 15, 14, maybe even 13, probably 14. Where I was like, I was chubby. And I was like, Franklin, one day I'm going to have a six-pack. Just wait, it's going to happen. Not even just one day. I was like, next year. Now, almost a decade later, I have one. It was, oh my God, that's also another one. It's not just vanity's sake. It's the fact that I kept my promise to myself as a kid. That I finally did it. I'm in my prime. Always wanted to be as active and fit as I can be. So it's been, That's been the highlight. But I know I push myself to be the best version of me I can be. And I think that about everything now. That if I want to do anything in my career, if I want to shift my career, I also have something to say about that later on when I have more time to think about it. But if I ever want to do anything, I know I can do it. There's no doubt in my mind I can do whatever the hell I want to put my mind to. It just takes commitment and effort. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be I guess I might not even have support. But I know if I just keep going, just the fact that I'm trying, it's gonna happen. And that's the mindset I've instilled in myself this whole year. If I want to do it, it's gonna happen. If I want this, I gotta make sure I do what I have to do to make that happen, because it's going to happen. And yeah, this year's just been more of that. But I proved it to myself, and now I believe in myself. I've built so much more confidence. I'm not as shy as I was before. Yeah, I have a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be thankful for. Yeah. And that's just my rant. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope 2024 for everyone who's watching, and every year afterwards, would be everything you want to be and better. Make sure you gotta put your effort behind it. So this is me signing off. Take care. That's the screen. Mirror dimension.